The side of a square is 18 centimeters, then its a perimeter and area, and its a diagonal r. Okay, so what we have given, each side of a square as a 18 centimeters. So and we are asked to find out a perimeter. Perimeter of square formula, we know it as a 4 into each side. So 4 into 18, that is 72 centimeters. So perimeter of given square is 72 centimeters. And what else we need to find out? We need to find out area of square. Area of square is what? Side square. Okay, so that is of 18 square. So 18 square in the sense 18 into 18. On multiplying it, you will get 324 centimeters square. So area is 324 centimeters square. And we are asked to find out a diagonal. Diagonal means what? The line segment which joins opposite vertices of a quadrilateral is known as a diagonal. So diagonal of a square is root 2a. If each side of a square is a units, then diagonal becomes a root 2a, that is root 2 into each side. Okay, so root 2 into each side is 18. So 18 root 2 is the diagonal of the required square. What is the area of the square field whose side of the length is 300 meters in hectare? What we are asked to find out? We are asked to find out the area of a square whose each side is what? 300 meters. So we know that formula of area of square is what? Side square, that is of side into side. So 300 into 300, that gives us a 90,000 meters square that you get. But we are asked to find out area in hectare. That means what we need to convert this meter squares into hectare. So we know that 10,000 meters square gives you 1 hectare. Okay, but how many meters square that we have? 90,000. So 90,000 meters square gives us 90,000 divided by 10,000 hectares will get. So on dividing it, you will get it as 9 hectares the answer. Okay, so area of required square is what? 9 hectares. What is the area of a square field whose diagonal length is 20 meters? Here what we have given, that length of the diagonal of a square as a 20 meters, and we are asked to find out area. For that, one must aware about an important concept of area of a square when diagonal is provided is d square by 2. If d is what? Diagonal means, then area of square is what? D square by 2. Here d measurement, diagonal measurement we given as 20. So area of required square is 20 square by 2. This can be written as 20 into 20 by 2. 2 ones are 2 tens are 10 20s are, that is 200 meters square is our answer. The diagonal of a square is 8 root 2 meters. Then we are asked to find out the perimeter of square. Firstly, you should understand that what we have given. We have given that length of the diagonal of a square as a 8 root 2. Okay, we have given diagonal given as an 8 root 2, and we are asked to find out the perimeter. So we all know that the perimeter of square formula is 4 into each side. That means unless we know the each side measurement of the square, we cannot find out the perimeter. So for that, we can make use of the length of the diagonal. Okay, so for that, here we must remember a formula, that is if each side of a square is a units, then length of the diagonal is what? Root 2a or a root 2. Okay, but as per the question, what is the diagonal measurement given as an 8 root 2? That means both are represents diagonals itself. So a root 2 is equal to 8 root 2, and transposing this multiplier root 2 other hand, you will get a is equal to 8 root 2 by root 2. Root 2 get cancelled. We get a is equal to 8. That means we got length of each side is equal to 8 meters that we got, and we are asked to find out, the perimeter. Perimeter is equal to 4 into each side, that is 4a. 4 into each side, that is 4 into 8, that is 32 meters. Let us say the fifth question. The perimeter of square is 160 meters. Then we are asked to find out its side and area. Okay. So what we have given? We have given perimeter of square as 160 meters, and we all know that perimeter of square is what? 4 into each side. That gives you 160 meters. So each side measurement is what? 160 by 4. 4 1 the 4 4 the 16 and 0 as is. So each side measurement is what? 40 meters. And what else we need to find out? We are asked to find out area. Area of square is what? Side into side. That is of we already got that each side is 40 meters. So 40 meters into 40 meters, that gives you 1600 meters square that you get. Now let us say the sixth question. The area of a square is 4 hectares. Then it's a side of a square in meters that we are asked to find out. Okay, we have given that area as 4 hectares. 4 hectares means what? That is of 40,000 meters square. Okay, 1 hectare is equals to 10,000 meters square. So 4 hectares is equals to what? 40,000 meters square. And what else we need to find out? The side of the square. So we already know that area of square as a side square, that gives you 40,000 meters square. So each side measurement will be obtained by taking the square root of this 40,000 that you get. So that is of 200 meters that you get. Now let us say the seventh question. The area of square garden is 576 meters square. Then the perimeter of a garden is, okay, what we have given? We have given that area of square garden given as a noun 576 meters square. Area of square formula we know it as a side square, that gives you 576. So each side will be obtained by taking the square root of 576, and we know that the square root of 576 as a 24, because 576 can be written as 24 square. Okay, so each side of a square garden is 24 meters. And what else we need to find out? We are asked to find out a perimeter. So perimeter of a square garden is equal to 4 into each side, that is of 4 into 24, that gives you 96 meters is the answer. So the area of square is 1225 square meters, then it's a perimeter. Okay, we already know that area of square given as 1225 meters square. So we know the formula of area of square is what? Side square. So side square is equal to 1225. From this, each side will be obtained by taking the square root of 1225. So we know that 1225 can be written as a 35 into 35, that means 35 square. So this can be written as square root of 35 square. Square root get cancelled, we left with 35. That means each side of a square is what? 35 meters that we got. And what else we need to find out? We need to find out a perimeter. So perimeter of a square is 4 into each side. So 4 into 35, that gives you 140 meters that you get.